Nothing beats Washington on a beautiful day. There's a island right over there. I don't know if I'm pointing to it. I think so. Right there. I used to live on that island. And I could go out on my deck and I could look at this stuff. Of course, I had some trees in the way, but nothing beats this area. I've lived here almost all my life. And debating on going back to Arkansas for a while, visit my mother. Because unfortunately this place that I'm at has been so brainwashed. We actually have people out on the beach right now that have masks on. And I want to talk about masks because all they are is a form of silencing people. They don't want to see you. They don't want to hear you. They don't even want to know you exist. Here's another thing too. The movie Star Wars, the last one they just put out, which is interesting that it was the last one. It's also interesting that the Sith Lord guy or whatever, sorry, I'm not a Star Wars freak, but that he was attached to a computer, like AI type thing. So it's very interesting how they chose the last one to represent that. But remember Darth Vader? What did he have on? What was the one thing that he wore that was really a form of him being controlled by the Sith Lord, right? Of course he was. He'd already sold over his soul. But that was the final nail in the coffin, was that mask that he wore. And then if you look at all the drones, what do they have on? They had masks on, white masks on. And I know that you can see their eye. You couldn't see their eyes on Star Wars, but you can with these masks, but it doesn't matter. It's all the same thing. It's all a way to control and to make you a slave. It's just, people don't understand that they're like cattle or sheep or pigs or whatever, and they're being just led into a pen just for slaughter. And everybody's going along with it. I was at a farmer's market yesterday. The same thing. 80% of all the people there, I think maybe 90% of all the people at a farmer's market, you'd think these would be people that would, want to buck the system. No, they all had their masks on. They're all doing what they're supposed to do. And even when I came down here to the beach, there was this older couple, which is fine. I'll give the older people a break, but in reality, they should be the smart ones. They have their mask on, and I obviously don't, because I will never put a mask on. I'll never have anybody silence me. And they go, "Oh, you can go past us," and then they're already. It's like they already started walking farther away from me to keep that 6-foot deal. It's like brainwashed. They're brainwashing people, and people don't even realize it. They don't even have a clue that they're being brainwashed, and they're all for it. No problem. A seagull is getting his fish. Getting something. Picking through the garbage. Seagulls like to do that. Anyways, and this is the best place to live. And that's what the scum of the earth does. They always take God's creation, like the garden, Satan coming into the garden and destroying it and forcing the good people out of the garden. It's the same thing here. I've lived here all my life. Almost all my life, pretty much all my life. And there's nothing like this beauty here. And now all the scum of the earth, like our governor and people like that, he's a piece of crap. They're really forcing good people to leave. They're trying to force people out of the garden. And if I had the money, and I had, and if I didn't lose what I lost due to deception and silencing, and I'm going to do a video on that, because people have no clue that this amount of time that's gone on with this stuff, there's so many businesses that they'll never survive. Matter of fact, most businesses, after the first 2 weeks, they were done. They'll never come back. And I know that for a fact because in my business right now, I get 2 or 3 calls a day. So I know that there are other companies, smaller companies like mine, or even larger ones, those are the ones that got hurt the most. They're going under. They don't know what to do. I have guys calling me right now begging me to come work for them. Willing to pay me almost whatever I want, but it's like, well, so anyways, it's a sad thing. It's a sad thing. But these masks are just a form to silence you. It's a form to make you a drone. And it's really, if you look at the map of all the states that are creating so many problems, they're some of the most beautiful states in the nation. There are gardens of Eden. And the evil one, and those who are evil and do evil continuously, have come in. Oh, look at that seal. See the top of that seal? See this little head over there? I don't know if you can see it. Boom, right there. This guy's a fisherman, right? So he's trying to catch fish. That seal's going to want to try to steal them all. Anyways, so these evil people that do evil and have sold themselves off to evil, they come into these gardens like this, these beautiful spots, and they, through their lies and deception, they try to kick out the good people. They try to deceive the good people. And they've done that. That's what they're doing. Even good people are wearing masks. Even good people are staying quiet. I don't know. I did videos about this. I warned what was to come. And people can review what I said. And but that's neither here nor there now. It doesn't really matter. But like I said, I don't think that their plan is going to hatch right at this particular moment. I know it's something that they want to do, but I feel we have another 3 years. We're just going through this bump right now, but we only have 3 years. So stock up, get into a place where, either God's going to take you away, not via rapture, meaning you're just going to die, something. But either God's going to take you, or you need to be prepared to hunker down for at least 3 years. Well, technically, biblically speaking, from when the time Satan comes, it's only like 6 months or something like that. But some say 6 months, some say 3 years, 3.5 years. I say 3.5 years. So have enough rice and beans for 3.5 years. Anyways, Malachi signing out. Hug your kids. Call your parents. Go see your neighbor, repent and be baptized, and don't be a slave. Don't allow them to silence you. Take those masks off. Be defiant. You're a child of God. You can tread on scorpions. It's not going to hurt you. It really isn't. So, anyways, maybe I'll just take some video and let you enjoy what I see. Pretty cool, huh? They're trying to take our Garden of Eden. That's all they're doing. water. Baptism of the earth. No, see how that water flows? This is just local drainage. Actually, my house, another house I had, was right up on that hill. You can't see it from here, but right over that big tree on the other side. That was my last house I was living in last year. So I used to come down here all the time. Don't let them take your Garden of Eden, man. Because they will. They will. I wish I had my sailboat still. I'd be out there sailing right now. I bought it. You're still with me. I bought the sailboat, and I really hadn't sailed forever. I've always had boats, but I've never sailed a boat. But I ended up taking the boat from Port Townsend, which is way over there, way over and up. And I sailed it all the way around, down and around, all the way to over there. It's me and my kid. We took a day of it. And on that day, oddly enough, my dad kind of was freaked out because it became really windy right through here, right through this area. Because it gets a lot of wind. It's a convergent zone. So, I guess a couple people died on that day that had a sailboat. So my dad was like freaked out. He goes, "Oh, we heard on the news a couple people died, blah, blah, blah." I said, well, I'm protected. I did the video a while back talking about some of the prophecies and things that, or basically I just said what God told my mom to tell me, and that He'd placed a hedge around me. So I have no fear. And I'm going to tell all you other people out there that fear or you get worried, God's put a hedge around you too. It's time you stand up and know who's King of Kings. Hey, He's the one that created all this stuff. It wasn't man that created any of this. Man did not create any of this. Did man create any of this? Absolutely not. So what gives Him the authority? He has no authority. Anyways, Malachi sign out. Once again, hug your kids, call your parents, go see a neighbor, repent, and be baptized.
go from